Welcome everyone. We are actually dealing with the Indian Economic Development, Chapter 5, Human Capital Formation. In our previous lecture, we have discussed in detail about the difference between physical capital and human capital. We have also seen the topic in detail about the sources of human capital formation and the importance of human capital formation. Now, in today's lecture, we are going to see the topic, that is relation between human capital and economic welfare. We are going to discuss about the topic relation between human capital and economic welfare. So let's start with the topic. Empirical evidence, that is statistical evidence, to prove that increase in human capital causes economic growth is rather nebulous. That is not clear. Nebulous matlab the things are not clear. It is not clear if someone says that अगर human capital increase होता है तो economic growth भी होगा. Okay, this may be because of measurement problem. For example, education is measured in terms of years of schooling, teacher pupil ratio, enrollment rates may not reflect the quality of education. से अगर हम quality of education की बात करें तो वो यहाँ से पता नहीं चलता है. If a person has taken many years of schooling, say teacher pupil ratio was also very less, enrollment rates are also good in that school, but it does not reflect the quality of education. Health service measured in monetary terms like life expectancy, mortality rates may not reflect the true health status of a people in a country. Okay? So sometimes actual measurements जो होते हैं उनमें कुछ lacking होता है जिसकी वजह से you cannot consider that thing as 100% correct. Okay? So the example अभी हमने देखा health service का and education का, जहाँ पे education तो दिया जाता है but the quality of education cannot be measured. Health service country में बहुत अच्छी है. हेल्थ सर्विस अगर मॉनेटरी टर्म्स में मेजर होती है बट स्टिल इट कैन नॉट से अबाउट द ट्रू हेल्थ ऑफ द पीपल इन दैट कंट्री. यूजिंग द इंडिकेटर्स मेंशन अबाउ एंड एनालिसिस ऑफ इम्प्रूवमेंट इन एजुकेशन एंड हेल्थ सेक्टर and growth in real per capita income in both developing and developed countries shows that there is convergence in the measure of human capital but no sign of convergence of per capita real income. Okay, so we are going to see here few datas which will tell us about the per capita income, and then infant mortality rate, life expectancy, literacy rate in different years. Now, in other words, the human capital growth in developing countries has been faster. मतलब कंट्री लाइक आर्स जो डेवलपिंग कंट्री है वहाँ ह्यूमन कैपिटल ग्रोथ है वो ज़्यादा हो रहा है, फास्ट हो रहा है. सो दैट इज़ गुड, बट द ग्रोथ ऑफ पर कैपिटा रियल इनकम उतना फास्ट नहीं है. दैट इज़ द पॉइंट हियर. ओके, नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड द थिंग्स प्रॉपरली. द सेंटेंस वंस अगेन, द ह्यूमन कैपिटल ग्रोथ इन द डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज जो है वो फास्ट है, लेकिन उतनी ही फास्ट उस कंट्री की जो रियल इनकम है पर कैपिटा नहीं है. इट इज़ डिफ़िकल्ट टू एस्टैब्लिश कोज एंड इफेक्ट रिलेशनशिप फ्रॉम द ग्रोथ ऑफ ह्यूमन कैपिटल एंड द इकोनॉमिक वेलफेयर. सो इन दोनों के बीच में कोज एंड इफेक्ट रिलेशनशिप एग्जैक्टली एस्टैब्लिश करना इट्स नॉट ईजी एंड नॉट it's difficult actually. So here the table which we are seeing here, table 5.1, these sectors have grown simultaneously. There is growth in each sector. You can probably see in the below table 5.1. The first is about the real per capita income. 1951 में, then 81 में, 91 में, 2001, 2015 and 16, you can see the real per capita income is increasing. CDR per thousand, crude death rate, it starts decreasing. 25.1 था per thousand, it decreased to 6.1. Infant mortality rate also decreased. Life expectancy rate for male and female, in both the cases you can see it is increasing. Literacy rate has also increased to much extent. A person who is able to read and write and above 7, okay, we consider it as a literate person. So in all these sectors you can see development is there. Okay, now transformation of India into a knowledge economy. Two independent reports on the Indian economy in recent time have been identified that India would grow faster due to its strength in human capital formation. That's Bank, a German bank, in its report on Global Growth Center, identified that India will emerge as one of the 4 major growth centers by 2020. So it is in its German bank's report that by 2020 India would be among the 4 major growth centers. It further states our statistical investigation supports the view that human capital formation is the most important factor of production in today's economy. आज की इकोनॉमी में अगर किसी को भी प्रोग्रेस करना है then human capital formation is one of the most important factor for any country. Increase in human capital are crucial in achieving increase in GDP. With reference to India, it states between 2005 and 2020, मतलब 15 years की अगर बात करें, we expect 40% rise in average years of education in India to above 7 years. मतलब education मतलब person literacy rate की बात हो रही है यहाँ पे. World Bank in its report, India and the knowledge economy, leveraging strength and opportunity, states that India should make a transition to the knowledge economy, and if it uses its knowledge as much as Ireland, then per capita income would increase from a little over. मतलब what the next report, second report about the World Bank, which the World Bank is telling here, that India में अगर knowledge में transition आ जाए, change आ जाए, जैसे आयरलैंड में knowledge है या education system है, वैसा अगर हो जाए, then per capita income of India will increase from a little over US $1,000 in 2002 to $3,000 in 2020. So almost 3 times. It further states that Indian economy has all the key ingredients. जो भी ingredients चाहिए human capital formation के लिए, वो सब ingredients Indian economy में हैं, such as critical mass of skilled worker, well functioning democracy, diversified science and technology infrastructure. Thus the two reports point out the fact that further human capital formation in India will move its economy to the higher growth trajectory. The report here, both one by the German bank, other by the World Bank, says that India by 2020, it is 2020, if the things work in favor, then the human capital formation, much transformation will be seen in our country, and that will lead to the great progress, economic growth in our country. Okay, now let's move to the next topic, that is problems facing human capital formation. Why the things didn't work for our country. जो German Bank and World Bank ने जो article publish किया था, why the things didn't work for our country in that direction. Okay, because problems थे, limitations. Human capital formation के बारे में, let's see that topic everyone. Though serious efforts have been made to develop human capital formation, still human capital formation in our country is facing certain problems. इसमें से सबसे पहला प्रॉब्लम है हाई ग्रोथ रेट ऑफ पॉपुलेशन. So ये सब limitations easy हैं. You can write the explanation by yourself also, but you should be first of all very clear with what is human capital formation. Okay, so why human capital formation didn't work, यहाँ इतना नहीं हुआ इंडिया में. The first reason is high growth rate of population. Continuous rise in population has adversely affect the quality of human capital. Continuous जो population बढ़ती जा रही है, it affected the quality of human capital. Okay, इट हैज़ रिड्यूस द पर कैपिटा, सी ये एक बात आप याद रखना, जब whenever we talk about population rise we talk about reduce per capita availability. जो पर कैपिटा अवेलेबिलिटी गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज की होती है वो कम हो जाती है. ओके, अर्लियर अगर पॉपुलेशन कम है तो पर कैपिटा अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज एंड ग्रोथ इज मोर बिकॉज पॉपुलेशन कम है. नाउ पॉपुलेशन इफ इंक्रीज होती है देन पर कैपिटा अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज विल बी रिड्यूस. बेनिफिट्स ऑफ इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ रिलेटिंग टू द हाउसिंग, हॉस्पिटल, एजुकेशन, ये सब कम हो जाएगी. इन सब चीज़ों में जो बेनिफिट्स है वो कम हो जाएंगे. हाउसिंग में, हॉस्पिटल, एजुकेशन, हर जगह पे पॉपुलेशन राइज हुआ है उसकी वजह से क्या होता है, बेनिफिट है वो रिड्यूस होते जाएंगे. रैपिड राइजिंग पॉपुलेशन लोवर्स द कैपेसिटी टू पोसेस स्किल्स एंड एक्सपर्टाइज. ओके, पॉपुलेशन जब बढ़ती है तो स्किल्स एंड एक्सपर्टाइज की जब हम बात करते हैं वो ऑटोमेटिक कम हो जाता है. इट्स क्लियर कि if training is given to 10 people and if training is given to 100 people within the same time limit, it makes difference. The 10 people who are getting the training will be well trained as compared to within the same time slot अगर 100 लोगों को ट्रेनिंग दी जाती है तो स्किल्स एंड एक्सपर्टाइज है वो लोअर्स कम हो जाती है. ओके, सो व्हाट वी हैव सीन इन द फर्स्ट पॉइंट एवरीवन, 2 और 3 सेंटेंसेस लिखने हैं आपको. कंटिन्यूअस अगर पॉपुलेशन राइज होती है तो इन सब चीज़ों में डिक्रीज या रिड्यूस हो जाता है. व्हाट आर दैट थिंग्स? सी, पर कैपिटा अवेलेबिलिटी रिड्यूस हो जाएगा, हाउसिंग, हॉस्पिटल्स, एजुकेशन, स्किल्स एंड एक्सपर्टाइज, ये सब कम हो जाएगा, रिड्यूस हो जाएगा. दैट इज द फर्स्ट पॉइंट. नाउ लेट्स लुक एट द सेकेंड पॉइंट, माइग्रेशन. Migration मतलब people move from one place to another, that is migration. Now let's see what is proper explanation here. Loss of resources in terms of brain drain, everyone. Okay, mark the word brain drain. Resources loss हो जाते हैं, चले जाते हैं. See, resources में human भी एक resource ही है. सो ह्यूमन रिसोर्स की हम यहाँ बात कर रहे हैं एंड ब्रेन ड्रेन इज इन दैट टर्म ओनली. इज अ सीरियस आउटकम ऑफ माइग्रेशन में एजुकेटेड एंड स्किल्ड मैन पावर मूव्स टू अदर कंट्री. दिस इज ब्रेन ड्रेन. एजुकेटेड एंड स्किल्ड पीपल मूव टू अदर कंट्री. इंस्टेड ऑफ सर्विंग द कंट्री दे मूव टू सम अदर कंट्री. बहुत सारे रीजन्स उसके हो सकते हैं कि उनको वो कंट्री में जो बेनिफिट्स मिलते हैं वो यहाँ नहीं मिल सकते हैं. द लाइफ स्टाइल, द स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ लिविंग. The country like ours cannot afford this migration. Country like India जहाँ human capital formation की सख्त ज़रूरत है, अगर इस country में brain drain होता है, skilled, expertise people, educated people अगर दूसरी जगह चले जाते हैं, then it's a big problem for our country. Okay? क्योंकि वो अपनी services abroad देंगे, यहाँ नहीं देंगे. Okay? Many reasons can be for that. Why do they migrate from here to the other country? Third limitation, human capital formation में lack of proper manpower planning. In India, there is imbalance between what? Demand and supply of goods and service. नहीं, demand and supply में imbalance है human resource के व्यू पॉइंट से. जैसा ह्यूमन रिसोर्स चाहिए वैसा है नहीं. सी, वी हैव अबंडेंट ह्यूमन रिसोर्स, लेकिन जैसा ह्यूमन रिसोर्स चाहिए वैसा हमारे पास नहीं है. सो यू कैन से दैट इट इज़ व्हाट? इट इज़ पुअर मैन पावर प्लानिंग, जिसकी वजह से क्या होता है? वेस्टेज ऑफ द स्केर्स रिसोर्सेज. सी एवरीवन, इन द फर्स्ट पॉइंट व्हाट वी हैव रिटन, देयर इज इम्बैलेंस बिटवीन व्हाट? द डिमांड एंड सप्लाई ऑफ ह्यूमन रिसोर्स. इन द सेकेंड पॉइंट वी आर राइटिंग दैट इट इज़ पुअर मैन पावर प्लानिंग, जिसमें यह भी आपको लिखना होगा कि वेस्टेज ऑफ स्कैर्स रिसोर्स हो रहा है. सी, जैसा मैन पावर चाहिए वैसा अगर आपके पास नहीं है, वीक है, वीक मतलब दे आर नॉट दैट मच स्किल्ड एंड ट्रेन, तो रिसोर्सेज का क्या होगा? वेस्टेज होगा यहाँ पे. सो वी रिक्वायर हियर अ प्रॉपर मैन पावर प्लानिंग सो दैट देयर इज इक्विलिब्रियम. अगर प्रॉपर मैन पावर प्लानिंग है तो क्या हो जाएगा? इम्बैलेंस नहीं, बैलेंस हो जाएगा between what? The demand and supply of human resource. Okay, so that is the third point. जिसमें 3 points you have to write. First, there is imbalance. Second, poor manpower planning and wastage होगा. And the third is, अगर proper manpower planning हो जाता है, then there is balance between demand and supply of human resource. Point number 4, academic standards के बारे में बात करेंगे यहाँ पे. Education facilities in India have not developed as required. So education facilities जो हैं वो as required for the economic growth वैसी नहीं है. Important sentence here, second point में everyone, there is mismatch between the requirement of skills and the academic standards. जो academic standards यहाँ दिया जाता है and जो skills actually चाहिए, there is vast difference between these two things. जो academics यहाँ पे दिया जाता है that is only theoretical, practical is very much lacking here. Okay, so skills जो चाहिए and the academics में जो सिखाया जाता है there is very much difference. The result of this is that the skills, training and expertise obtained by human capital is insufficient. So skills उसको जो मिलती है academics में that is not sufficient. Ultimately जो economic growth होना चाहिए वैसा economic growth नहीं होता है. Okay, so that is also one limitation. Next, the system is inefficient system. There are many few points we will discuss here in the topic of inefficient system. Number 1, on the job and off the job training ठीक नहीं है, inefficient है. That is point number 1. On the job training मतलब जहाँ पे आपको काम करना है वहाँ पे ही आपको अगर ट्रेनिंग लेनी है, that is known as on the job and off the job training. Okay, both these things are inefficient. Number 2, utilizing the scarce resource efficiently. Scarce resource का ठीक से use नहीं होता है. Okay, that is point number 2. The scarce resources are not used properly. Healthcare facilities are not adequate. Poverty is still there. Illiteracy and unemployment are still there. These are the points which also contributes, create problem for human capital formation. Okay, अगर ये सब चीज़ें सही है, ऑन द जॉब ऑफ द जॉब ट्रेनिंग है, स्कैर्स रिसोर्स का सही यूज़ हो रहा है, हेल्थ केयर फैसिलिटीज़ ठीक से अवेलेबल हैं, देन पोवर्टी, लिटरेसी, अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट, पोवर्टी नहीं है, लिटरेसी नहीं है, अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट नहीं है, देन अल्टीमेटली इट वुड बेनिफिट द कंट्री, बट दिस थिंग्स आर स्टिल देयर इन आवर कंट्री. Number 6, poverty. There is widespread poverty in India, creating lack of finance and awareness, a major problem facing human capital formation. Okay, so here in this topic we are talking about poverty in India because of lack of finance and awareness. Finance नहीं है लोगों के पास, awareness नहीं है. A large number of population do not have the basic facilities also relating to the health and education. Due to their inability to get higher education, अब finance नहीं है, then they are not having the higher education also, so they cannot maintain the reasonable standard of living, and sound human capital is not developed. Okay, so it's clear है point से poverty मतलब lack of finance, awareness नहीं है, the health and education is also not there, higher standards of education is not possible for them, and ultimately the human capital which we have is that not that much sound here. Okay, now let's talk about one more topic, that is difference between human capital and human development. Okay, now 3 points here we are going to see for the difference between human capital and human development. Okay, here are the 3 points. Human capital considers education and health as a means to increase the productivity. See, when we talk about human capital, यहाँ पे हम बात करेंगे education and health increase अगर होता है then productivity अपने आप increase हो जाएगी. That is what we are talking about human capital. Now when we talk from the viewpoint of human development, it is based on the idea, it is a thought, it is an idea that education and health are integral to all human well-being, because only people are educated and healthy, then only they will make better choices. Okay, here in the first point it is clearly told that education and health से productivity बढ़ेगी. Now human development says that it is a thought, it is an idea, and अगर education and health है then only better choices will be done, and ultimately development is there. That is ultimately development. Okay, people can make better choices. Human capital treats human being as a means to end, and the end being the increase in the productivity. So here the focus is on productivity only. What the second point says here, human capital treats human being as a means to end scarce resources and unlimited wants and all that things. Okay, and that is why it leads to increase in the productivity. It is in the human development perspective, human beings are the ends in themselves. Human welfare should be increased through investment and education. Now here it focuses on human welfare, that through investment, education and health में investment बड़ा, it should increase. Investment in education and health is unproductive if it does not lead to increase in the goods and services. See what the third point says. It's clear that अगर investment education में and health में किया जाता है और उससे अगर productivity नहीं बढ़ती है तो वो investment is of no use, it is unproductive. Investment in education and health is productive even if does not lead to rise in the production. Third point says that अगर इन्वेस्टमेंट किया जाता है एजुकेशन एंड हेल्थ में, उससे अगर प्रोडक्टिविटी नहीं बढ़ती है, देन ऑल्सो it is right of every individual to be literate and lead a healthy life. Okay, that is what human development, from the perspective of human development. If it does not lead to increase in the production, but still the health and education are needed because they are basic necessities में है health and education. Okay, that is what human development says is. Now let's talk about the education sector in our country. The education sector in our country है, उसके बारे में अभी हम बात करेंगे. Okay, now let's start with the topic of education sector. Human development is based on the idea that education and health are integral. See, whenever we talk about human development, we talk about education and health. They are very integral to human being, because only when the people are able to read and write and the ability to lead a long and healthy life will they be able to make a better choice which they value. Okay, अगर वो educated है, healthy है, if they are able to read and write, if they are able to live a healthy life, then only they will be able to make a better choices. Then only better choices can be done. So education is very essential. Without education, the things are not going to work. अब हमने sources जब देखे थे, sources of human capital formation, उसमें जो first topic that we have seen was about expenditure on education only. Education implies the process of learning at 3 levels: primary, secondary and the higher level. Now the meaning of education is much wider than literacy. Literacy का जो meaning है पहले वो डिस्कस करते हैं. Literacy क्या है? A person who is able to read and write, that is the simple basic meaning of literacy. अगर कोई पर्सन रीड एंड राइट कर सकता है, अबव 7 है, देन ही इज़ अ लिटरेट पर्सन. वेरएस जब एजुकेशन की बात होती है, इट इज़ अ प्रोसेस ऑफ गेनिंग नॉलेज, डेवलपिंग नेसेसरी स्किल्स एंड कंट्री के ग्रोथ में वो पार्टिसिपेट करेगा. फ्रॉम दिस लाइन इटसेल्फ इट शुड बी वेरी क्लियर दैट एजुकेशन इज़ वेरी मच वाइडर देन व्हाट लिटरेसी. लिटरेसी में क्या आएगा? वंस अगेन, अ पर्सन हु इज़ एबल टू रीड एंड राइट. एंड एजुकेशन में व्हाट आर द थिंग्स वी आर कवरिंग? It is the process of gaining knowledge, skills, and the person is ultimately able to take part in the growth of the country. Okay. Now, the next, let's see a few points here regarding importance of education. Education is very important for the development of human capital. Human capital अगर develop करना है तो education बहुत ज़रूरी है. Now, क्यों ज़रूरी है? इट इज़ वेरी क्लियर फ्रॉम द फॉलोइंग पॉइंट्स. लेट्स सी द पॉइंट्स हियर. इट हेल्प्स इन डेवलपिंग, अगर एजुकेशन है देन इट हेल्प्स इन डेवलपिंग नेसेसरी स्किल्स एंड नॉलेज. अगर एजुकेशन है, द पर्सन इज एबल टू डेवलप द स्किल्स एंड नॉलेज जो बहुत ज़रूरी है स्मूथ फंक्शनिंग के लिए. अगर इकोनॉमी को स्मूथली चलाना है, सो द स्किल्स एंड नॉलेज आर वेरी नेसेसरी. स्किल्स एंड नॉलेज चलो ये बहुत ज़रूरी है नो स्मूथ इकोनॉमी चलाने के लिए, लेकिन इम्पोर्टेंट एक ये भी चीज़ है, इट प्रोड्यूसेस गुड सिटीज़न। अगर एजुकेशन है तो सिटीजन्स है वो गुड सिटीजन्स विल बी प्रोड्यूस एंड इट एनहांसेस देयर एबिलिटी एंड स्किल्स। ओके, द फर्स्ट पॉइंट एजुकेशन इंपॉर्टेंट क्यों है, बिकॉज इससे स्किल्स एंड नॉलेज बढ़ेगा एंड इकोनॉमी स्मूथली चलेगी एंड गुड सिटीजन्स will be produced in the country. Okay, that is about the first point. Number 2, education provides knowledge to understand the changes in the society. Society में जो changes आ रहे हैं, scientific improvements से advancements जो भी आ रहे हैं, वो समझने के लिए, वो जानने के लिए education बहुत ज़रूरी है. Okay, inventions, then innovations and scientific अचीवमेंट्स जो भी आ रहे हैं उन सब चीज़ों को समझने के लिए एंड वो चीज़ें एक्सेप्ट करने के लिए एक्चुअली एजुकेशन इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ एजुकेशन, एजुकेटेड लेबर फोर्स फैसिलिटेट्स एडेप्शन टू द न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी. ये आगे भी सेंटेंस आ चुका है. सिर्फ अ पर्सन इज एजुकेटेड नो, देन क्या होगा, ही विल नेवर रेसिस्ट टू द चेंजेस बिकॉज ही नोज द चेंजेस आर फॉर द बेटरमेंट ओनली. But if a person is not educated, he will resist change. He will say no to the change because he don't want to move from the familiar environment to the new environment. That is point number 2. Number 3, it develops mental horizon of the mental understanding of the mass and helps in promoting rational thinking. If a person is educated, his thinking will be rational. Rational thinking matlab he will be able to make proper choices, which leads to higher productivity. Its mental understanding increases, his thinking increases, ultimately he will be able to make the proper choices, okay, and leads to higher productivity. Next, it enables greater participation of the people. See, if a person is educated, he will take part, greater participation in the growth of the economy. So he will be contributing more towards the economy, जिससे growth ज़्यादा होगा. By developing human resource development, the country is able to use scarce resource efficiently. This is the point. How he can take more participation in the growth, because he can now use the scarce resource in a proper way. That is point number 4. Now, by promoting education, social evils, a good point here to understand, social evils can be eradicated. You know, जो सोसाइटी में डेंजर्स हैं, जो थॉट्स अभी तक प्रिवेलिंग हैं कुछ जगह पे, बहुत कम हो चुका है. Okay, that will be eradicated if a person is educated, and the positive attitude and the outlook of the people will change, which is very necessary for the development of any country. अभी भी अगर पुराने थॉट्स लेके ही अगर बैठे हैं, then it hinders the growth of the country. The outlook will never change. Okay, that is this point. Education enhances the earning capacity. The earning capacity of the person will increase, and the standard of living and the quality of life also will increase if the person is educated. Lastly, with education and training, the weaker section of the country जो भी हैं get themselves engaged in employment, and most importantly, inequalities of the income will be reduced, which is very necessary for a country. You know, जहाँ inequalities बहुत ज़्यादा हैं, अगर education आ जाता है, then inequalities of the income will be reduced. So, अगर inequalities कम हो जाती हैं, then the demand will be done by all the section of the society. Ultimately, growth of the country will be seen. Okay, so this was the topic about say the importance of education. Okay, let's quickly revise the importance of education once again. Okay, number 1, अगर a person educated है, then skills and knowledge उसमें ज़्यादा है, the country will be able to produce good citizens. And number 2, if a person is educated, he will easily adapt the changes in the society. Okay, he will not say no to the changes because changes are very necessary in the society. Number 3, rational thinking, and is able to make better choices. Okay, then it enables greater participation. A person will now take part more in the growth, because he is now able to use the scarce resource in uh, much better way. He can use the scarce resources. Okay. Next, by promoting education, social evils will be eradicated. There will be change in the outlook, and positive thinking will be developed. Earning capacity of the person will increase, and the standard of living and the quality of life also increases. Last point, with education, the weaker section can engage themselves in the employment, and ultimately reducing the inequalities of income. Okay, so this was about the importance of education in our country.